What's up guys, it's the Devil's Talon here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at one of the best W keys of all time in Chapter 2, and that is Scoped, en route to his insane 30 bomb in Arena. Now, I've VOD reviewed Scope many a time on this channel, and it has actually been one of my most successful videos of all time when I VOD reviewed one of his 30 bombs last season. So I figured, why don't I VOD review one of his many 30 bombs this season? And again, different meta, different techniques, different stuff to learn. So I'm excited to bring this for you. But before I get into the video, guys, if you do enjoy this video or just like my content, please drop a like on this video. Hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, as you can see, no surprise here. We're playing Arena, we're W keying, so what's going to be happening? We're going to be landing at Stark Industries, of course. And notice he got on that henchman chest. I've talked about it, that everyone that pretty much lands here is landing on that henchman chest allows you to sometimes get a purple spaz. And he ends up getting a kill on this kid. Unfortunate for him that his shotgun wasn't reloaded. Things are very, very dicey early on. I'm actually going to turn it up just a tad bit more. He's sitting here 67 HP with little to no opportunity to pop the big pop, low on mats. It goes for here. Now, personally, what I would have preferred him to do there, instead of going for this particular peak, is try to get that big pot off. And there's no way he should have survived that, but pretty much nothing to say, too much off of spawn, but now we're looking a lot better. Good, excellent job of editing through with the blueprints and establishing piece control. He probably thought his opponent was dead, but he ends up easily finishing him. Then you're going to see an opponent who's just firing from up top of Stark, easy headshot. And again, as you notice in Arena, some of the players aren't going to be the best, so you got to end these fights fast. And something I always talk about, peppers are a good tool for movement. Tries to again edit through with the blueprints there, get that high wall. He notices his opponent holding a charge and he realizes, okay, this kid's got to hit me in the head to kill me for everything. I'm above him. It's going to be a little bit awkward. So he takes that 50-50 and ends up getting the kill. And notice again, we haven't left Stark Industries. This is going to be the way you want to W key in Arena, especially in Champions Division. You're going to be landing at these POIs. That going to give you an advantage. Excellent job. This is really good. Good pre-fire right there. And then excellent to get the wall back, edit through to again get 200 pumps and end this fight. Gets a nice crack, and then you're going to see again, typical Scope. Just push, 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 mobility, mobility. Gets a nice 55 crack. I love the high walls that he always tends to do. You see a lot of great W keyers do this. They get that high wall, reading where their opponents go to establish piece control. He gets another big crack, and so he ends up playing with his food a little bit, which is actually going to result in him not getting this kill. Because his opponent ends up just keeping on cranking to Narnia for some reason. Scoped is kind of burning a ton of mats. I wouldn't recommend doing this, especially with shocks. Notice, gets that high wall in that piece control, and then someone shocks on him. Edits through with the blueprints, and then actually gets that cone down after that huge crack, and he's on a right-hand peak. All textbook W keying box fighting techniques to end fights facts quickly. Another high wall. I love the high walls that he gets. Beautiful edit through. Gets the back wall inside. Edits through. He could have put a ramp down to make sure that his opponent had 0% chance of escaping. But again, just realizing his opponent was just so caught off guard. And another thing, again, just same old, you know, the stuff that we've been seeing with all these professional players that are keying. It's movement items, it's Scar Pump, it's pretty standard. You usually have Scar Pump and extra heals if you have it, and one movement item. We saw Scoped last season abuse the Caddy Launcher as well as the Compact SMG with how strong it was. He actually box scoped like a fish right there, but his opponent is really focused so much on building as opposed to actually killing his opponent. I like this decision to prime pre-fire and then get to a better angle. He realizes that he has the floor and he edits it, and it makes things a little bit scuffed for his opponent. And then his opponent has to rebox. He drops in, misses a shot. Opponent actually returns with 90 and a huge 220 pump with the gold spaz. And then he goes here. He goes, oh, you want a storm fight? Okay, we're going to storm fight. And so just good pressure. Notice immediately crouching. Very basic Fortnite stuff. It does improve your bloom. So sometimes we tend to forget that. Everyone doesn't always remember that. Just a little tip. Nice little pickaxe bait. Tries to pre-fire, but at least gets the Kuna Classics to get the ramp in there. And then spread it through, gets the wall immediately, edits with the blueprints, gets a crack. I love the move it there, ducks back, and then pickaxe baits right there. And his opponent has to hit a 200 pump, but Scope's just got to hit 100, so he's at advantage. So really great stuff. Notices his opponents in wood, sprays through. I love the reload management. Waits to reload before he goes up. Gets all the piece control, and then his opponent edits the ramp, and he just puts 220 to the dome. You're going to see just Scope in this late game just basically just being a king freak. Excellent again king, even though that's not really an optimal type of peak because of the crack his opponent's kind of lost. So he just edits through with the blueprints, immediately places the cone. Really, really, really good stuff. And then catches this opponent looking completely lost. He just breaks into the box. His opponent does nothing but just randomly spray his Scar. Loves spraying through, gets it. Thinks his opponent's in the cone. It's always good to check cones. Sometimes, defensive cone peeking can be really good. I like the angle right there. Nice little right hand attempt at a clicks peek. Goes for the double swing. Double swing. His opponent is weak, so it's a little bit safer to do. But opponent obviously not too good. More concerned about just running away. And his opponent's doing a good job of escaping using materials. Scope is not hitting as well as mechanics, but right here, this is where his opponent makes the mistake. Should have put a ramp behind his back. And this is always a good definite sign to key, hey, wood in late game. And as you're going to see, this kid is absolutely lost. If you got to see a kid boxing up in late game in wood, it's usually a sign that they're not too good. And look, we have another wood boxer upper. Better reload management right there could save him a little bit. You're going to see that Scope nearly put this kid in the Taj with some really good high walls. We see a beautiful crash board at X point. Immediately gets out. I like the decision just to shoot through. It's going to take less time to get out of that scuff situation where he doesn't own any of the pieces. Gets a nice little 50 crack, and then nice edits, and then beautiful high wall. Edit through his back wall, and the cone. Just misses the pump. That's a Taj clip for sure. Opponent just tries to spray, but doesn't end up working. His opponent realized too late that Scope had the wall, and then he just sprays through, and now we're at 20 kills. And notice how he's just, anyone he sees in the lobby, he's just running at them completely, spraying through. Metro Classics in, and this guy doesn't fire his shotgun, and boom, there it is. Scopes is a little bit brain dead, I'm not going to lie, but this is sometimes some things you're going to have to do with King. Again, another attempt at a good clicks peek. Realizes his opponent's in his old tarp and hits a nasty 197. Easy peasy. And oh, look, another boxer player. You want to play for in-game? Nah, Scope's in the game. Good, getting that wall right there. Beautiful piece control. Almost catches his opponent with a full. But using the bouncers, really good mobility. Again, just something you always have to do when you key. Look at just the pressure, the pace. Misses the shot, unfortunately, and things, I don't know if he lagged or things got a little bit scuffed. Good recognition to also realize he's on one piece, gets a huge, massive crack. And then his opponent just tries to heal in a cone, doesn't even place a wall, and it's an easy job to do with the Scar. 49 or 43 little tag, a little bit. Opponent doesn't have that good of loot or good of a shot, so Scope confident to take it in. Now, this is probably the most bot play I've ever seen from Scoped. He's just trying to get this kid off of him and trying to reload, but the kid is so bad. He capitalizes, almost ruins this YouTube video for Scoped, but fortunately for Scoped, clutches up right there. That kid was horrendous. Notice spraying through, trying to get some input damage. Nice little click speed for 198, and then it's just immediate, just spray through with the Scar. Notice, so he has 3 hills, and then he's got bouncers for mobility. And takes the shock as predicted. It's usually meta 2 heals, 2 weapons, and mobility. I love this decision right here. This is probably one of the better technical. Notice how he's at a right-hand peak, spraying through. Ducks back behind. Gets some nice pre-fight damage. The kid is obviously not that good, but it's always good in case you run into really good players. Notice how he's just flying around the map and doesn't have anything left, and he just pickaxes his opponent. So, really good. He's on 29. This is an easy content YouTube video. A nice little 30 bomb in Arena. And this is kind of what Arena's got to come to. We're at a 5th zone and we're a 1v1. You know, this is more of a public match type deal. So Scope is going to just take some time, spreading around, looking around for wherever his opponent may be, wherever he's hiding. And unfortunately for Scoped, he's going to get fried here a little bit. But again, look at his heals. He's going to be just fine when he gets fried. He's looking all over the map. Imagine if he had just gotten fried just a tad bit harder. Good full box out of metal. Decides to use a ton of hard mass material. Crank up. Beautiful. Get his health back. Opponent takes up high ground. Really good really good play by the opponent, but Scoped also having movement against something you want to exploit. Really good job again by both players, just using their movement. But Scope again fortunate enough to have those floppers, so his storm damage is going to be at advantage. Again, reading where his opponent is going to go, applying pressure. Good reload management to realize he was only at 8 shots. God tries to take a little bit of Bloom out. He gets a nice little bit. And this is real smart from Scope to just yeet him. Kind of like Caddy Launcher. He sees his opponent right there. He goes, I got floppers. I can wait this out. Get a couple damage tags and then eat my flopper. And that's going to be an absolute quick. Too easy. Beautiful. My favorite thing from that video, just from Scoped, is just his ability to clutch up in some certain situations that may be a little bit sticky. He always seems to hit those big, huge one pumps. But everything that he does is pretty much textbook in regards to loot and meta. He likes to stay a little bit more on the wall when pushing his opponents. His pressure is relentless, like most controller players slash W keyers that are just constantly on you. Not really too much of a insanely technical double keyer that has no problem being on the wall, has no problem. At times he does double swing, at times he pickaxe baits. Yeah, I feel like he knows when to pull it out. He feels pretty safe if he's cracked his opponent's not going to edit out on him. But some good opponents will obviously make that edit on that double swing, get a huge crack back, and allow heals to trade off. It just depends on the skill of opponent. So not super technical from Scope, but again, just really abusing. He does have very, very good mechanics. I love the little wall that he always tends to place up in front, a little high wall. I like to say, kind of does this really, really well as well, where he places one wall and one up when he gets up to his opponent, so he can basically piece control him as he did with that one Nog Ops, and then almost put him in the montage, but unfortunately missed the pump shotgun shot. But really good understanding of piece control and understanding of meta. You know, we need 1 movement item, 2 heals, and pump scar if you can absolutely get it, which you can for sure if you're landing Stark and playing that in arena. And understand, if you're landing at Stark, your drops are going to be scuffed. They're going to be absolutely intense, but that's going to allow you to get the loot that's going to make you able to succeed even off spawn. But even later in the game, you're going to get all those extra heals and things from the vault if you play your cards right, get the card, kill Iron Man, do all that stuff. So again, typical when you're seeing W keying in arena, you're seeing almost 99% of pros lane at Stark dropping these huge high kill games, because you usually get a bunch of free kills off spawn just due to the high number of players that are landing there that are usually shambles or anything. So overall, the biggest takeaway I would just from watching Scoped this season, again, is just understanding meta. You know, it's pump, it's scar, or it's pump, it's AUG, it's pump AR, and then 2 heals, and then just abusing movement items and just being confident going up to people's walls and just W keying, pushing, getting on walls, putting on pressure. You see a lot of these players that he saw just couldn't handle any of the Scope's pressure, never returned any damage for the most part, except for the kid that he kind of scuffed and was just phase clanning all the way through and almost choked that 30 bomb. But that is going to do it for the video today, guys. I hope you did enjoy today's video. If you did, please drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. And I hope that I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace.